All right, let's see what's going on here. 3 evil personality traits women find attractive. Let's go ahead and see what this lady is talking about.
List off what those
Wait, what does that say? Mick Kaila? Huh, I read a little something different there.
characteristics are.
Absolutely. So the dark triad are
Absolutely. So the dark triad. Yo, this man is over here like Women 101. So the dark triad is specifically on page 962. I will say, hey man, no disrespect to this guy, but motherfucker look like he been studying women. He got like the women's book. The book of women. Let's go ahead and see what the dark triad is about.
3 personality traits that are found in individuals. So you have Machiavellianism, which is typically described as sort of manipulation or the ability to manipulate. The second is narcissism. The third is psychopathy.
Really quick. You want to know why? Because women are manipulative. So you want to know why they find this one attractive? Is because women are manipulative. And if they feel like they can manipulate you, then guess what? What does that mean? That means you're naive. That means you haven't been through experiences in life. Because if someone can easily manipulate you, that means you're gullible. That means you haven't been through shit in life. And women want a man who has more experience than them so they can learn from you. So if she feels like she can easily trick you and her little tricks get off on you, then guess what? She's always going to be in control. She's always going to be in power. So she finds a man attractive who, as they say right there, Machiavellianism, manipulative. Why? Because that means he understands the game. He understands you're not going to be pulling all these little tricks on me, baby. That's as simple as it gets. And women like that.
Sort of
Ask him. This guy right here, he's been studying women for about 45 years. As you can see, absolutely. The dark triad. Let him tell you.
manipulation or the ability to manipulate. The second is narcissism. The third is psychopathy. So
Narcissism. I'm not even going to read what it says, but narcissism is basically having a high sense of self. Like you're this bigger person in your head than what people make you out to be. Even if other people don't think much about you, you think you're this grand person. And I think every man to a certain extent should have a bit of narcissism in him. Even though if you're someone who has absolutely no good qualities about you, then why are you a narcissist? Why would you have any type of narcissistic trait if you're fat as hell, if you don't get no women, if you don't have no money, if you don't have anything going on in life, then why would you be narcissistic? But if you look good, you're confident, you could talk to women, you can make money, whatever the case may be, then it's understandable to be a little narcissistic, to be a little full of yourself. And women like that because even though it can go overboard, narcissism comes with self-respect. Because when you view yourself as this higher person, right? You view yourself as, and I'm not saying that you can't be narcissistic. Well, let me refrain, because sometimes I think of myself as a little narcissistic, but I also consider myself humble. So I don't know exactly the real phrase, but from what I've seen, they say that narcissists don't care about anyone. So maybe I have like a little bit of it, but not all the way. But I believe that someone could be into themselves, someone could respect themselves, but also be humble. But, women don't want someone who goes overboard and just looks at everyone like shit. Like, she wants you to be into yourself. She wants you to have some self-respect. Because if you respect yourself, then she respects you. She respects you. If you don't respect yourself, then she won't respect you. Let's go ahead and see what Mr. Rizologist has to say about this.
callousness, lying, thrill seeking. It's said by
Hold on, what did he say? Narcissism, idealized image of self, lower level of empathy. Okay, so you don't have much empathy for people. You don't really care. Attention seeker, self-centered.
manipulation or the ability to manipulate.
What is that? Psychopathy? Psychopathy, manipulative, impulsive, lack of remorse, lack of empathy.
to manipulate. The second is narcissism. The third is psychopathy. So callousness, lying, thrill seeking. It's said by psychologists that these three traits are quite negative.
But the women like it because women say one thing, but they act completely different. Women will say they don't want a man who can get many women. But then here are the losers. Here are the Gregorys. Here are the what's a good name? Gregory. Sorry to all the Gregorys, but I'm gonna have to do you that way, okay? So here are the Gregorys, and what's another good name for some wimp? Listen, I'm not even gonna go there because okay, Cornelius, okay? The Cornelius, the Cornelius are over here. This is how women work, okay? I'm going to tell you exactly how women work. They say one thing, they act totally different. They say they want a man who can't get many women, but here's Cornelius. He gets 0 bitches. He's a virgin. He has a micro penis. No women like him. He's the women repellent. Why isn't he getting any women? Why are they all flocking to the guy who is attractive and can get other women? Starting to understand how women work. Women say they want a nice guy who is just very nice and is just gonna hold them in the bed and caress them. They say one thing, but in reality, they want to get donkey fucked, okay? They want to get donkey fucked. They want to get railed. Let me stop before YouTube demonetizes me, or I don't even get paid off this, but before it shadow bans me. Listen, YouTube, this is all jokes, okay? This is all jokes. I'm not trying to violate any terms here, okay? Don't shadow ban my video. Thank you very much. But as you can see, women say one thing, but guess what? The truth is in their actions. Women say, I want more attention, I want more attention, I want more attention. Because you're at work all the time, right? You're at work making money. The moment you start giving her more attention, you're going far away from the truth, right? This is the truth. This is her what she thinks, because women think with their feelings. I want more attention, but I'm working and making money. I want more attention. I want more attention. I want more attention. All right, here we go. Oh shit, you just repelled her. Why? Because she says she wants something, but she doesn't. Because the moment you start giving her too much attention, now there's no mystery about you. The moment you start giving her too much attention, now you're not focused on yourself. You're not focusing on your business. Women say one thing, they want the complete opposite, okay? So as you can see, the psychologists say these are bad traits, but guess what? Women like them.
For some reason, they're attractive to women.
Yeah, exactly that. Yeah.
Evil, but attractive.
Yeah, very, very attractive. So these individuals, it's important to keep in mind that they're very low in neuroticism. They're very high in openness. They're very low in conscientiousness, very high in extroversion. Those characteristics on their own are pretty attractive. A narcissist smiles, speaks nicely, wears very nice clothes.
Narcissist smiles, speaks nicely, and wears very nice clothes.
That in and of itself is pretty attractive to women, right? A person that is Machiavellian is very disagreeable. And what the statistics indicate is that an individual that is highly disagreeable, if they are below the mean level of disagreeability, they typically make 18.3% more in terms of yearly income. And that translates to about $9,722 per year.
Wow. Can you list off what those
Okay. Well, that's it. I want to hear that one more time. Let's just hear it. Can you list off the 3 personality traits that women find attractive?
characteristics are?
Absolutely. So the
dark triad. So anyways, guys, that's the master lesson. The dark triad. Okay, this is what this video is about, the dark triad. And by the way, I have a goal to hit 700 subscribers. I am, 23 subscribers away by October. Help me get to 700 subscribers. I promise you're going to love it over here. Like the video, comment down below. But anyways, back to the video. The dark triad. That's what we're talking about in this video. As you can see, Mr. Rizologist over here just gave us a master class on the dark triad. Narcissism, psychopathy, and Machiavellianism. For those of you guys who haven't been through enough life, or maybe haven't had enough experience with women to understand this is the truth, then guess what? You still have the cloak over your eyes. You still are blurred in your vision. You're thinking with your feelings. You're thinking with what you've been told. You're thinking with the programming. The programming. Guess what? When it comes to programming, you have to come to a certain point in your life where you have to break free and be a free thinker, meaning you think for yourself. You're not being programmed by others, because a lot of you guys are programmed and you don't even know where the programming is coming from. Because when you sit here and ask yourself, why do I think that women want to be treated so nicely, and that women, and I'm not saying you treat women like shit, okay? Got to understand what I'm saying. Take it with a grain of salt. I'm not saying treat women like shit. A lot of you red pillars, you guys go too overboard with this shit. But anyways, back to my point. When you're thinking, oh, women want to be treated like these sweet little angels, and they want you to be very nice to them, and you got to just do everything that they say, and and happy wife, happy life. You have to ask yourself, programming, right? Where is this programming stemming from? Okay, who told me this? Where did I learn this from? Okay, did I learn this from my mom, or did I learn this from my dad? Okay, I learned this from my mom. Okay, or maybe if you learned it from your dad. Dad, okay, is dad a really masculine man? Is dad getting hella bitches? Is dad pulling all the women? Is he very confident? Okay, these are questions that you have to ask yourself. So if you got it from mom, guess what? Going back to what I was telling you, women say one thing, but they act completely different because your mother has taught you things. But guess what? If you haven't been paying attention to how she moves in a relationship, then guess what? You haven't been really peeping and paying attention to the truth. The truth is in the actions. The truth is not in the words. Your mother will always tell you something through her feelings, through what she feels. A man will usually tell you the truth. This is how it is, as opposed to a woman. So when you're asking yourself, where's this programming coming from? Okay, so my mother told me. Okay, why is she telling me this? Okay, maybe she had some experiences and she's mad at men, so she got treated like shit. But what does that tell you? That tells you she was going after the guys who had the dark triad. So clearly, she wasn't with Cornelius over here. She was clearly going for those guys, meaning the truth is that in her actions show that she actually wants that, as opposed to what she's telling you. Meanwhile, you're believing this, you're consuming this, you're digesting it, and you're accepting it as your belief, and you're saying, yes, this is how women want to be treated. But you haven't been through real world experience to where you actually see the truth. You don't actually see what's going on around you and pay attention. That's the problem nowadays. Nowadays, as the future continues, there's going to be more and more of this, to where they no longer want you to believe your eyes, and they want you to believe your ears. For example, let me say, this phone right here, as you can see, this phone right here is an iPhone. But if I tell you, no, this is a flip phone, this is where we're going to into the future. This is an iPhone. You see it with your own two eyes, but I tell you, this is a flip phone. A lot of you guys will start to believe it. Why? Because you're no longer using your eyes. You're now using your ears, and you're accepting everything through here as opposed to here. So you got to see, okay? Don't believe what you hear, and believe half of what you see, because not everything that you see is reality. When you see things on Instagram, people trying to portray this life like they're rich, like they're balling, like they're these people who can splurge on everything. But in reality, they are struggling, but they're trying to portray an image of themselves because they need the validation of others. Meanwhile, you're absorbing it with your eyes and you're believing it fully, as opposed to believing 50%. Okay, that might be true, but I don't know what goes on behind the scenes, as opposed to being told something and believing all that. All right, that's the video for today, guys. Like the video, leave your comments down below. Hope I didn't go too deep down the rabbit hole. The dark triad, what do you guys think? The dark triad, do you think women are attracted to it, or do you think this is all just BS? Let me know down below. Peace out.